I've been working on converting a few of my rental properties to Section 8 housing vouchers. The house I'm standing outside, this is a 3-bed, 2-bath house. It could actually be a 4-bed, 2-bath house, depending on how you rate it. The amount of rent that Section 8 would pay on this house is quite a bit more than what I was actually charging for it. The thing that scares people the most about Section 8 properties is the inspection, because it's so scary, right? So I wanted to walk you through this house and let you see some of the things that the inspector looked for and called out that I had to fix. Well, something that this house did not have, because it was built in 1980, was a GFCI. That is a ground fault circuit interrupter. If you are drying your hair with a hair dryer and you knock it into the sink or the tub, the outlet turns off so that you don't, electrocute and die. That's what it is. Flush the toilets. They ran the shower. They checked under the sink to make sure there were no leaks. In these closets, the prior owner had replaced the flooring and they didn't put baseboards down there. So that was exposed. And I got asked to put it in order to keep the house compliant. Somebody could reach under there. They could be cut by whatever's going on, the nails, the wood. They walked into every room. They also made sure that every window could open and close in all of the bedrooms. They looked to make sure that you've got your smoke detectors and or carbon monoxide detectors in all the appropriate places. Double check the appliances, make sure they all work, make sure everything turns on properly. They will check out your deck, your patio situation, make sure that it is safe to stand on. This one's a little dirty, but make sure it's safe to stand on, and that if somebody was to be out here, they're not going to fall through. Also, if your house was built before 1978, there might be lead-based paint present. That was a regulation change. And lead-based paint is something that you can ingest and then get lead poisoning and get sick and die. So we don't like that. So they will often require that you either do lead abatement or you seal over it by putting a new coat of paint down. Those are the key things. Really, the biggest thing is safety and livability. That's all they care about. Nothing more, nothing less. I want to talk about home ownership. Government loans look for all the same things. They'll honestly be a little more lenient on your GFCI plugs by your water sources, like your sinks and tubs and whatnot. They don't care as much. Your home inspector will call that one out. But everything else I pointed at is the same thing that any house is going to need if you were to put that thing up for sale and try to buy it with a government loan. A lot of the options that are available for people in the Section 8 program that qualify are not very good. And this can be a win-win. I can get a stable person in one of my homes that wants to stay for a long time. The government pays the rent, kind of a no-brainer because it's always paid, and we all benefit.